All right, it is the last weekend in October, and I'm going to start putting things together. I think I have pretty much gotten everything I need, with the known exception of the brake lines that go from would be right in here, mounted to the frame. There's a little T which branches off and feeds the two brake calipers. I've got my old ones soaking, but they're kind of corroded, so I will probably see about getting some brake line and a flaring kit at the auto parts store. It doesn't use British pipe thread, it uses SAE, so we should be good on that. And then in here, I got brake calipers, so we'll do a comparison with the old ones, and these should be brake pads for the emergency brake. One of them, the pad was broken up, so I don't know what the deal is with that. So we'll start first by making sure that the brake rotors are correct. All right, so it looks like we got a match. Thought about getting these turned because there's essentially no wear, but it ends up costing more to turn those than it does to get new ones. I think these were 17 a piece, and it costs 25 to turn a rotor. So we'll go with new. Plus they have plating, so they won't look like crap quite so quickly. See, so now we have confirmed that. I'll check the emergency brake pads. And I'm going to go ahead and pull that out and put in the new one, and then we'll put the output flange back on there. Well, unfortunately, the seal that I got for the front isn't even close. It's too small on the outside, and it's too big on the inside. So we'll move on and do the sides. All right, so you would think, what you would think would be a simple task is in fact impossible. These seals do not go in there. I used my press. I used big ass sockets. That one matches the inner ring of the seal, and that one matches the outer. And I don't have anything that goes in the middle, of course. But it won't go in. So I looked for pieces of PVC and whatnot to see if I had something that fit, and I don't. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. All right, I gave up on seals because that has been an epic fail. And so I went ahead and put the cover on. I did a thin bead of limited slip compatible silicone and hand tightened it so it sits for an hour, and then you torque it down. So now I'm going to go ahead and assemble the brakes, the brake calipers, and I got this brake system grease. You can put it inside and on all the seals, and I coat the inside of the piston cylinder so that it doesn't rust, because obviously it's going to be a long time before it ever gets brake fluid in it. Hooray! Something worked. So it's kind of hard getting that dust boot because it goes in a groove in here and it goes in a groove in the piston. But using this brake grease, and got it all in. So now on to the other side. All right, got the brakes together. The rubbers, the piston cylinders are all coated in grease. I got the ridges put on, and I put the new bleeder on this one. This one I'm guessing that at some point it had gotten stripped because there's the insert in there that's bigger than all the other fittings, and then the bleeder is smaller. Obviously it still worked, but interesting to note. I did the hardware with the shark hide, not the threads, but the tip if it's going to be exposed to the atmosphere and then all the other metal. And so I went ahead and tightened the diff cover. I got to look on my videos to see where these go. I know they go here on the bottom, but I don't remember where. And then this, and I'm not sure. That I'm not sure because it still kind of moves around. I know some people have JB welded it into place to try to get it to hold still. But you know, it's kind of one of those things that's obviously kind of an afterthought. And let's see, I went ahead and hit these back areas that are unprotected, left to rust by the factory with the shark hide. Down here too. And let's see. The brakes are about as done as I can get them, because since I can't put the half shafts in because I can't get the damn seals, we're stuck there. I did get the U-joints that hopefully fit the axles. And then tomorrow I had Derek pick me up some threaded rod and nuts, and you put them in the brake rotors and use it to squeeze the shock absorbers to get the keeper out, so that I can get the springs off, because I need to soak the springs in the Purple Power parts washer, which will strip all the paint off, and then I'm going to paint them. I'm going to paint them silver. Just because. And but I think that's it for the night. I may go to Harbor Freight because they have a highly rated seal and bearing race kit, you know, the little discs of metal, and see if I can get at least one of the half shafts on. And the brake lines that go and feed these go in that hole. The SNG Barrett site says not available on the website, so I don't know what that means. So I'll call them on Monday to see if, you know, you have to call them on the phone to order stuff, which in this day and age is insane. And get the seal for the front of the diff, and I'll probably get 2 more seals for the side, just because you got to figure I'm going to screw another one up. And it was amazing because the didn't matter which way I pushed it in, it would bulge. This rubber on the outside would bulge, and then it wouldn't go in. And I tried doing it this way, where I made a took a PVC fitting. You know, obviously it's very rigid, and then I used the Dremel and kind of ground the inside out, and it, until I ruined the seal, it fit perfectly in there, just rubbing against the outside and not touching the spring or the inner lip, and the fucking thing still wouldn't go in. So I'm still peeved about that. So there we are. I think I'm gonna go ahead and quit tonight. I'll do the brakes or the shock, the springs. I'll get the springs off the shocks, get them soaking. I have the linkage. Oh, you can't see in there. I have the linkage for the emergency brake. Soak it in the evapor rust. I will also need to put the emergency brake calipers, which sit on top of the hydraulic calipers. They've got to go in the evapor rust too, but I may put them in one at a time just so that they don't get confused. So not going to make nearly as much progress as I'd hoped, but what are you going to do?